Hi, it's Kimberly Perkins, Targeted Individual, and I'm catching up on something that I've noted in a prior video about this unit called 307, which is a two-bedroom unit. And why is this person up there all night long who literally doesn't seem right? You can see him on the cover of this video. He was always in my face. He always shook when he came in, but very nonverbal, not able to verbalize. The other day, he came up to me outside and got right in my face, staring at me, looking at me as if somebody was helping him with his courage and, exercising him. And that would have been the police officer, the retired guy downstairs who placed him upstairs in 307 shortly after I moved in. He came in and he shared an apartment actually with Jason. The apartment above me has only been used as a rotating abuse studio for medical trafficking and the experiments of the nurse downstairs, who else is trained and has that experience and bitterness to actually do that. I mean, she's completely associated with this technique that they're using with 5G and graphene and the hitting your head, hitting your feet, hitting your head, hitting your feet. Well, this has all been performed by the guy that's on the cover here, 307. And after watching him today, examine his mailbox for a good 5 minutes and look inside, and I was just like, what is it? Because he's always just been super nonverbal, super off, right? What it is that he's an endangered adult. I don't know the correct word. I don't know if he's intellectually disabled. I don't know what it is. I don't think he's not intelligent at all, but he's clearly an endangered adult, and it was the only adult that they could find to actually come in and do their medical trafficking, their medical procedures, their medical techniques, right? Because the other guy, Jason Fowler, upstairs, who was here when I moved in, was also doing the similar thing, had set up the atomizations, had set up the rigging points, had set it all up. Now that's on an app, and the floor has been installed upstairs. But he was, and they just sprayed me again with whatever it is, he was not that way. He worked for Greenway Health. He is a paranoid kind of weirdo, as you can see from his Google review. Always blames others for what he's doing himself because they think it's going to work. But he was the one who trained him, and they lived together over in 307. They didn't live in 305. Jason never lived in 305. There was furniture in it, but he didn't live there. He would stay over and across the hall in 307, and then when it was his shift, he would run over and rush into evil, right? But totally different. They were up there, then Jason is gone, right? And they've performed their bullshit or their whatever, their story, their stage, their narrative, and every step of the way it's a narrative. Like, for instance, with the court, they're giving me a discount that exactly equals the number upstairs. How about that? Yeah, I mean, literally right to the number. They're so freaking cult that they're medically trafficking. And this is Skyline Property Management, who's running this operation and covering this operation for this officer and the nurse. But there had been a distinct change. It had turned in from fentanyl and meth and everything for the first month after the ducts were cleaned by my order of request. Then it turned into this medical trafficking with the 800 holes in the ceiling and, all the la 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 la. So after that, then he left, right? And this guy upstairs is on it all the time. And, it's like, you don't know what you're doing, dude. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's an endangered adult. Literally, that's all they could find. That is, I'm not saying all they could find because they have an assistant for him, but they have literally rigged everything upstairs, and all he has to do is go head to toe, lower back, head to toe, lower back. And they've got all the equipment. I mean, the whole place upstairs was designed for her medical trafficking. Might as well be a hospital, right? Where they do their techniques on you. They spray you in the face with unknown things. And it's all done, under the supervision of this nurse who is not even being supervised. And clearly 307 is endangered in a great way. And it was awesome today to actually, get a picture, because I believe if they're going to get in my face and show me themselves, then they deserve their own video. But to get him some help. I mean, because they just want to take him right to hell with him, don't they? And so my literal medical trafficker, the medical experimenter, is clinically disabled in a way. For instance, prior to 1992, would have been in a state home. So we would not have been criminalized and taught to do things so that people could take him to hell with him.